folks, this is all the fruit, and yesterday I saw some flat plums in a supermarket. They blew my mind, and of course I had to have them, and I bought a couple. And yeah, well, on the label on those little fruit it says Metis. Metis is an acronym for most exciting, tasty, interspecific fruit. And it's basically, yeah, this type of fruit have basically turned the plum market upside down in the last decades. They started out in, as far as I know, in California many decades ago, and for the last 30-40 years they have been bred and cultivated also in Europe. Well, most exciting, tasty, interspecific, yeah, interspecific is the operative word. Those are basically not really plums, because, to be honest, we know round plums, heart-shaped plums, elongated plums, but flat plums you can put down like a plate and they don't even roll or anything. Well, basically I thought that those Metis plums were mostly hybrids between plums and apricots, but in this thing here they also seem to be flat peaches. Well, flat peaches have been known in China for at least 2000 years. In Europe they became popular only a decade or two ago. And now it seems that somebody managed to hybridize them with plums. The problem is it's quite hard to find out what parent species the different Metis fruit have. I don't know why. When you Google them, you get a lot of contradicting information. Also, when you look at pictures, a lot of the Metis Oxy Solar pictures I saw on the internet, they did not really look like those fruit. They look completely different. None of them was flat to begin with. Yeah. I've had this trouble with Metis fruit a couple times. Actually, there are some where I haven't even published the videos yet, because I'm not exactly sure what type of Metis thing they are. But basically, yeah, farmers for decades have been going around and cross-pollinating different stone fruits, and it seems that the results are usually mostly plum-like, but with some strange attributes, properties which are actually, yeah, not always typical of the other parent species, but sometimes something completely new. It seems that most of those Metis fruit have quite firm flesh even when fully ripe. Well, this is good if you don't want to have your fingers and basically your whole surroundings covered with juice. But yeah, very exciting fruit, to be honest. I was always very interested in all those hybridization efforts. I'm also tracking down wild hybrids or feral hybrids, well, natural hybrids in the wild. Around here we mostly have plum blackthorn hybrids. I've never seen any exciting plum peach or plum apricot hybrids around. But yeah, let's try those Metis Oxy Solar. I'm not even sure if it really is Metis Oxy Solar, but that's what it said on the label on the big box. So, well, let's look at them. Really nice colors, which are quite typical for plums, but also, well, also for nectarines. However, to me those things, I would, when I see them, I would say, yeah, definitely plums, but flat, so I guess they are hybridized with some flat peach. Well, let's try one of those. The flesh is red in some parts and more pale in others. Taste-wise, yeah, it's like a plum. It has a lot of flavor. What else can I say? A lot of flavor, yeah. mostly plum flavor, or does it remind me of peaches in some way? Interesting. It is a plum flavor, but quite a strange plum flavor. It could also be some peachiness inside. Also, the taste reminds me of pears. The flavor reminds me of pears, but you cannot hybridize all those stone fruit with pears, so I will exclude this possibility. But yeah, mostly plum, but with some peachiness, or maybe I'm just being led on by the flat shape of the fruit. Very interesting fruit hybrids. Actually, I read that basically those stone fruit hybrids have taken over a huge chunk of the European and also American plum market, and what you buy as plums are actually some of those hybrids. Definitely worth checking out. Well, definitely don't forget about our old traditional plums and peaches. They are very tasty too, but those new things, always interesting to breed or even just try something new. So folks, those were the Metis Oxy Solar plum something hybrid. I guess there would be a hybrid between a plum and a flat peach or flat nectarine. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the crazy hybrid filled modern supermarkets of Germany. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.